I'm going to game.
Who's that?
It's like your boyfriend.
Oh, get in his mouth. Jack. Oh!
Winner! Every time. Go on.
Right, I'm off. Beer run.
I'm leaving for it, boys!
Hey, I thought you were going swimming.
No. The pool's closed for a kids' party.
Would have been an added attraction, you and Speedos.
Hey, be a cold day in hell before you see me and a pair of those live-run nut smugglers.
Watch it! Oops, sorry!
Where's he going?
The big top! Get out the road! It's gone dark. It's dark.
Come on, let's get off.
It's dark.
Papa Zero, this is Charlie 22 Alpha. We have an APC out of control going down towards the signal box. Get some vehicles out to block the perimeter now before it kills someone.
I'm on the road. I'm on the road.
We're still in pursuit about 300 yards. We need those vehicles now! Okay, he's broken through the perimeter, Faith. We've got 2 police cars in pursuit and ourselves. Keep up with him, Angie. This is Charlie 220. We're still in pursuit. 2 vehicles are closing in now.
Bruce, any casualties?
Not as such, boss, no. Our joyrider legged it through the building and kicked in a door in the back, and then the geniuses lost him.
Oh, nice bit of parking. If there aren't any casualties, why are we here?
A body.
Looks like someone's forgotten to take the Halloween decorations down.
I think you might need a face mask, Mr. Forney.
The smell doesn't bother me, Burnsy. I rub Vic under my nose.
What you and Vic do in your spare time's none of my business. How long's this building been off limits?
3 years. There's no power. It's been taken off the grid.
I'm going to get the body back to the mortuary tonight. I recommend that we secure the site and come back for the search in the morning. There's no point stumbling around in the dark and bringing the ceiling down.
0800 start, full team. Gather round. Right, last night, a private Simon Barham from the Remy celebrated his 19th birthday by driving an APC into the old logistics building. He is still at large. His hijinks, however, dropped the ventilation shaft, revealing a corpse, which had previously been hidden.
Do we have an ID?
No, Sergeant Major Forney and his pathologist are working on that. What we have is a victim, no wallet, in civvies. We know it's not accidental because the body was wrapped in a shiny mylar space blanket which split due to impact.
Why a space blanket?
Could be something, could be nothing. Mr. Forney, over to you.
Cause of death was a severe upward blow to the nose.
Fingerprints?
Mummification was advanced. So we soaked the hands in glycerin and plumped them up to get the ridges back. Now these results have been sent to the FSS so that they can send them through their database.
Right. Tasking. Harriet, Mr. Vickery, final list of absent personnel from the base in the last how long, Mr. Forney?
Soft tissue shrinkage like that, I'd give it 9 months.
Also, get down to the creepo, see what their missing persons profile is for the last 9 months. He was in civvies, no reason to immediately assume he was one of ours. Rest of you, with me.
So, Major Burns?
Garrison Quartermaster, Sir Major Platt.
Sir, is the building safe for us to enter?
No significant structural damage, surprisingly, but you will need torches. We turned the building's electricity off about 3 years ago.
Sir. Back on then.
Starfrost. Yes, sir, I just got them. 41 men went absent from Sunny Camp Hohenbrook in the past 9 months.
That's a lot of AWOLs.
Yeah, it's a big base. I've asked Mr. Forney to get us biometrics on the corpse so I can cross-refer the list by shoe size and height.
Very efficient. Keep at it and ride Forney as hard as you like.
Sir? He wants me to ride Forney.
Good grief.
I think I've found Private Barham, stand by.
Where are you?
Up the stairs, first floor, door on the left. I think he's passed out.
Don't do anything, we're on our way.
I think he's dead.
Stay out of the water!
Madonna. Joe. Man down on the first floor, need an ambulance now.
She's not breathing.
Any pulse?
No. Maybe.
Yes or no?
No.
Right. 5 and 1. Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, Joe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Keep going.
1, 2,
Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe. She's not coming.
She's gone.
Come on! You're okay. You've had an electric shock. You're okay.
You're gonna be fine, Joe. Stay with me, Joe. Stay with me. You'll be fine.
What's going on?
What's going on, sir? I'll tell you what's going on. Anything you plug into a socket in that building, which you assured me had no power, lights up like Piccadilly Circus.
Well, it was cut off by the civilian contractors. All the circuits are dead.
The only thing that's dead in there is one young private and damn near one of my sergeants.
Boss. You've crossed the line, Sergeant Major. I'll talk to your CO about this.
Yeah, jolly good, sir. But first of all, you get a proper spark in there to make that building safe because I have a body to recover.
Right. Oh, perfect timing.
FSS found no match for the prints on the database.
The myth of fingerprints.
Say again?
It's a Paul Simon song.
Bit middle of the road for me, sir. I like something you can bang your head to. Anyway, FSS was definitive. If he's a Brit, then he has a clean sheet.
Oh, he was a Brit? Do you want to see my tattoo?
It's not something pervy, is it, sir?
No. It's a layer of epidermis taken from the corpse's upper arm. Now, it was blackened, as you saw, but some inks show up under UV light. AB negative. We know the sorts of people that tattoo their blood groups their upper arm to help the medics.
So it's a family affair. Our murder victim is a soldier.
Corpse was AB negative, so if we cross-refer that with the list of AWOLs and their hair colour and shoe size, that leaves a short list of 5.
McDonough, you're meant to be resting.
Sir, I had a thought.
Clearly not one about obeying doctor's orders.
In the room, there were muddy footprints.
Okay, get a picture. Have a nice kip.
So,
That's an order.
Boss?
Sorry, Bruce, I thought it was McDonough.
The electrical contractors are getting very Teutonic about their handiwork, boss. They say they did turn the power off to the building, but somebody rigged a bypass. Someone who knew the electricals. Look, once they've made it safe, I want to get the Sokos in here. See if whoever rigged the bypass left any prints in the cabling.
It's a kinetic watch. Saskia gave me one for Christmas.
Top bird, Saskia.
Smashed it by New Year. I trodden it when I was pissed. But I was thinking it could help us with the date of the death.
You and McDonough, we talked about this, yeah?
Yes, boss.
It's a bad idea in a small section. It's a worse idea if you want your own section. If I do this office a lot, my job falls vacant. They'll be looking for someone stable. Forget that. Battery could have died any time after his death.
Kinetics don't have a normal battery, boss.
You get bugger all from a stopwatch, he'll be apart from the right time twice a day.
Sergeant Major. Can I have a word?
Having a crack at an officer in front of subordinates when you're trying for a commission yourself is about as self-destructive as you can get.
Sir.
Major Platt wants you strung up.
Sir.
All right. Consider yourself gripped. Now, what's happening?
Nothing, sir.
Oh, don't go all catterick guardroom on me, Kenny. When a clever man starts behaving like a bloody idiot, there's about 3 possible reasons. Should we go through?
No, sir. Rather not, sir.
Fine. You want to have a midlife crisis, Kenny? Buy a motorbike.
You look like you could do with some good news.
Light up my life, Mr. Forney.
The corpse of any ex-Notts regiment.
I thought you looked like a Vinny. Hey.
You saved my life, thank you.
Well, me and Burns, the training took over.
Yeah, well, my training went right out the window then, didn't it? Stupid. Touching the body without checking.
It's easily done. They told us there was no power in the building.
Yeah, but we're not meant to trust anything, are we?
Is that why you don't trust us? I've avoided us being alone since the other night.
Can you give me some space here?
Space?
Time. I need to adjust. It's all a bit intense. I mean, it's great, it's lovely, but intense, you know?
No.
Let me know when you figure it out.
Victim is one Vinnie Exner, private, Notts Regiment. This is his kit. They boxed it up when he went absent.
Nottingham store clerk told me Exner was bad luck, sir.
What sort of bad luck?
He didn't know, it was just something he heard.
We need to talk to his mates and see his company commander.
Won't like this, boss. His company commander is now the garrison quartermaster. Major Platt.
Oh, that's all bad luck.
Burns is right, you won't get anything from a stopwatch. Burns wasn't listening. A kinetic watch doesn't have a battery that can die. It has a dynamo. It charges itself. Once it goes flat, you just give it a few shakes and it starts again. Go on. Well, if it was fully charged and the owner stops moving, wouldn't we be able to phone the watchmakers in Japan, find out how long it'd take to run down, count back from there, see what date the murder happened? There's too many variables. What variables? Well, mainly that I didn't think of it.
Saskia, it's Kenny Burns. No, Phil's fine. I just wanted to talk.
Something occurred in the bath. You?
I saw something when I came round. See? Why pin a space blanket to the roof?
In a building where the electrics aren't meant to be turned on, but are.
What have you got, sir?
A cousin who was expelled from rugby for unorthodox gardening. We need to see Mr. Forney about a seed.
SIB. He's been expecting you, sir.
After you, Sergeant Major.
Come in.
Well, Gavin, while I respect you standing up for your men after the tenor of our last conversation, I didn't expect this.
I'm not here to apologize, Andrew. It's a murder inquiry. The body we found was one of your men, a Private Exner.
Exner? Exner went absent just before we were deployed to Iraq.
Perhaps we could talk to his mates, sir. The ones in this picture.
No, you just did to one of them. Corporal Wright, in here, please. SIB would like to talk to the people in this picture.
Canavan and me, no problem.
And the other 5?
That's no problem either, sir. As long as you've got a good medium and a Ouija board.
Got something, staff. A seed. Cannabis sativa, to be exact.
Someone was growing dope in the empty building where we found the corpse. Full-on hydroponics.
That's why they needed power for the lights. Why there were traces of potting soil. The foil the body was wrapped in was to reflect the lights. Sergeant McDonough spotted some drawing pins in the ceiling with shreds of foil under them. Matched the holes in the sheet the body was wrapped in.
Very nice work. You better bring Burns up to speed. So is that you back now?
Seem to be.
Right, well, we've got some fingerprints from the electrical junction box. The FSS found a match. It's a Corporal Stebbings, Notts Regiment. Bad news is he's dead. But his widow's still on the base. Will you go and speak to her?
Tell us about Vinnie Exner.
Crawled out from under a rock, has he?
What have he had?
Then I hope those stories about you lot taking blokes down the cells and giving them a good kicking are bleeding understatement, sir.
So what's your beef with him?
He was okay until going to Iraq began to look real. And then he lost the plot. Started messing with our heads. Saying we're going to cop for it.
That's why you didn't like him.
No, sir. That's why he was a pain in the arse. The reason I don't like the bastard is that he bottled it and went absent. So, I took over his driving seat, and the bullet that he thought had his number on it got me instead.
It's about Vinnie Exner.
Found him, did they? What's he done?
Why do you think he's done anything?
Well, going absent's not SIB business, and you lot aren't exactly known for polling up with good news, are you? He's basically a good soldier, just Kosovo did his head in.
You were his platoon sergeant?
No, that was Sergeant Pearson. I didn't get my third stripe until after Iraq. Exner was wrong about the Iraqis getting us. He was a Yank pilot. We weren't worried because the CO had said after 12 years of no-fly zone, Saddam had an air force like the Swiss had a navy. Problem is, Johnny Top Gun gets confused by our correct identification marks, decides we're Saddam's bloody golf cart in disguise and opens fire. I got blown out the back door, the rest weren't so lucky. End of story.
The report said you took a call after he went absent on the 20th of January.
He seemed to want to apologise. We were on the eve of embarkation, he knew he was throwing a spanner.
You said it sounded like he was on a train back in England.
I had a tannoy, and then he cut off like on a train. He didn't call back.
Yeah, not surprising really. Since we found his body hidden in an abandoned building near the NAFI.
Bloody hell. Well, you could have said that up front.
Maybe it was the NAFI bar or something you heard in the background.
Oh, the NAFI doesn't sound like a train.
Well, we found his corpse in a ventilation shaft, like he'd never left at all.
Or he came back.
Mrs. Stebbings, Joe McDonough, SIB. Can I give you a hand with those?
What's SIB? Housing or welfare?
Military, please.
Oh, good. Now they're sending cops.
I have some questions.
Is this going to affect my pension?
Will the answer to that affect whether you tell the truth?
I'm a widow. I've got one kid and another on the way. Now, the army's slinging me out of my house in 2 months, and I've got nothing to look forward to in the UK except waiting lists. So what do you think?
I think we should go inside and you should sit down while I make you a cup of tea.
I don't want tea. I don't want more bloody endless cups of tea. I just... Sorry, I'm biting your head off. Some days the MOD act like I only married him for their blood money. Like I knew he was going to die. It's too hot inside to get flushes.
How many months?
8. He knew I was pregnant before he went. So, what was your question?
Is there any reason why your husband would have interfered with the wiring on a building on the base?
Well, Stevie was good with the electric. His dad's an electrician with the council, so... You knew that, right?
No.
So what's this about, then?
We found the body of Vinnie Exner on the base.
Poor old Exner. Well, you know I'm not going to say anything nice, don't you?
Do I?
Well, you must have read the report, that's why you're here. Come on. The fight on the assault course. Exner attacked my Stevie. Canavan broke it up and put Exner on a charge. Just before they went to Iraq.
I didn't know. I mean, it's not in any of the files. One more question. I'm sorry it's a tough one, but was he into drugs?
Drugs? Stevie, no way.
You sure?
Look, I'd ask him, but I've got to put this one down.
So, where do we stand? We have a murder victim in a deserted building that now seems to have been used for the cultivation of cannabis. The equipment has all been moved.
So we can assume the growing's going on somewhere else now?
Maybe. We have fingerprints connecting the rewiring to another member of Exner's platoon, Stebbings. Sadly, he died in Iraq, along with Sergeant Pearson and 3 other members of his platoon. So let's start with the survivors. First of all, we have Sergeant Canavan. What's this? His son. He looks about 12.
He seemed a decent bloke. He's good NCO, war hero, promoted, decorated. P-File's got him marked as a rising star on the fast track.
Right, then, we have Wright in a wheelchair. Not exactly doing the grave friar's Bobby over Exner's grave.
Staff Roper, you had a call from Japan, Mr. Toshihiro.
Oi, can you two stop shagging in public like that? It's embarrassing.
Sir.
Right, this is Stebbings, also known as Mr. Fingerprints, just in time. Did you get anything from Stebbings' widow?
There was a fight on the eve of deployment within Exner's platoon on the assault course. Exner was charged.
No report of a fight. Why isn't it on their P-files?
The regimental clerk said they went to Iraq 2 days later. Paperwork on this didn't seem important. It's in the platoon daybook, though. Canavan raised the charge.
Well, I want to know why he didn't mention this fight that happened the day our victim disappeared. Get him lifted, brought in. Ask him why he was so selective in his recall. Put the shits up him. Don't tell him about the drugs. See if he brings that up.
He didn't seem the druggy type.
I spent a career arresting people who weren't the type, hippie. It's what makes life so...
exciting?
Disappointing.
It didn't seem important, in a way.
It seemed important enough for you to charge Exner.
I thought it would help him. Help the platoon. Someone had to get a grip, get the lads' warheads on before we deployed. And Pearson, God rest him, was an okay bloke, but he was a slack sergeant. There was drug use in the platoon. Nothing heavy. Someone was growing stuff on the camp, I didn't know where. Most of the lads stopped the smoking once they knew the war was on.
Scared of the random drugs test?
Scared of missing the war. They were good lads, it's what they'd spent a career training for.
It wasn't in the report of the fight, the drug side.
I wanted Exner straightened out, not chucked out.
So that's what the fight was about. You said most of them gave up.
What was Exner's position on this?
Exner was the grower. At least he always had the supply, so I assume he was the grower. Plus, he was smoking with both hands to deal with the fear he had on him. The fight on the assault course was about that.
How?
Stebbings wanted an end to it for everyone. He said there'd be plenty of time for partying once they got back. That's how it started.
How did it end?
Look, these blokes are dead, and none of this is going to bring them back, is it?
We have to know what happened.
Exner's got parents. Stebbings' widow has a kid on the way. Now what's going to happen to their pension?
So you're saying that Stebbings killed Exner?
He said he was going to put Exner's pot farm out of action if he didn't do it himself.
How would Stebbings know where he was growing the stuff?
I think he helped set it up.
Stebbings' widow said he was clean. What do you believe?
This bloke and the fingerprints. She's terrified about her pension.
Well, maybe he didn't tell his wife what he was up to.
Happens all the time, I hear.
So you think he did that?
I think he must have tried. And Exner was there, and there was another fight. Exner carried a knife. Now, if he pulled it on Stebbings... Stebbings was a hard lad.
Do you have any evidence of this?
No, not a shred. That's why I didn't come to you earlier. It's just not enough for you, is it? Walking all over these lads' graves, dirtying it up for their families. Can you not just let it lie?
That's not up to us.
So Canavan was trying to get a grip on the platoon so his sergeant wouldn't look completely useless.
And what happened was a drug-dealing skiver accidentally got killed.
Yeah, so what, do we charge a dead soldier with murder? Traumatise his family, his widow, his unit?
Yes. Yes to all the above. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. If we had the evidence, that's what we do. But we don't have the evidence, do we? Beyond a say-so.
Well, we have a very strong likelihood that makes sense.
But that's still not evidence, is it?
I don't know. What I do know is that if the drugs farm is still in operation, there could be enough dope floating around to send the entire base to Munchkin Land. So I want it found. Stebbings, for one, left fingerprints connecting the place to the platoon, which is enough for us to obtain warrants to examine the platoon's bank accounts, see who else was involved. And I want Wright re-interviewed and pushed on the drugs angle.
I'll get on it.
Mr. Forney.
These are formerly the property of the dead Vinnie Exner. Now, they look like a bog standard tailor-made. Not so. They contain tetrahydrocannabinol. It's the active ingredient in cannabis oil. Sniff them and pass it on. Don't let hippie anywhere near those who go all summer of love on us.
Yeah, they smell a bit, just a bit grassy.
Yeah, well, they dip menthols because they smell different anyway.
Is this a specialist thing?
No, any mug could do it at home. Given a fresh supply of marijuana leaves and a normally equipped kitchen.
Good job.
Bad news. This packet was found on Private Barham, our joyrider, and this packaging with the larger health warning has only been around for a month.
So that confirms our suspicion that the drugs farm is still in operation. Well, let's find the supply before another Barham gets behind the wheel of an APC or a bloody machine gun. Hey, close the door.
We've obtained the credit card and bank statements on the platoon. Stebbings pre-Iraq was making about €800 worth of cash deposits a month, then moves it on to 2 other accounts, one in his name, one in someone else's in the UK. We're getting a name on the second account as soon as we can.
We've got the name. It's the sergeant.
See, hippie, and you thought Canavan was a good bloke. Lift him.
No, the other one, Sergeant Pearson. The one who died.
It explains why I wasn't getting a grip on things. If he was getting paid to look the other way, it explains why Canavan had to go the extra mile to prep his platoon for Iraq.
There's more. Stebbings was spending exactly the same amount at Von Fleischl tobacco every 6 weeks.
Tobacconist, and that's where he's getting his tailor-mades to dip then.
Just a minute. Von Fleischl Tabak?
Yes.
I'll be right back.
If I'd known you were all coming, I'd have baked a cake.
So I didn't really notice this because it only happened twice in the last 2 months. How much was Stebbings spending there each month?
Same. It's Corporal Wright. He's taken over from Stebbings.
It's our friend in a wheelchair. This is stupid. We're getting emotional. Fake. Just because Canavan's a good bloke, we all thought Stebbings must be okay. And we thought Wright must be okay just because he's in a wheelchair.
They're not okay, are they, boss?
Oh, Harriet, thank you for pointing out the painfully obvious. They're not. Right, you and Mr. Vickery wheel Corporal Wright in. Joe, take ID photos to the shop, confirm they bought menthols. Bruce, hippie, do his quarters. Someone is dealing drugs on our patch, and Barham probably died, stoned, thanks to them. So that's it. I don't care if they're in a wheelchair or pushing up the daisies. No more mercy calls.
Is this about Exner?
I had nothing to do with it.
No thanks, I don't smoke menthols.
But you buy 1,200 of them a month.
I don't know what you mean.
We have your bank statements and we have a cashier at Von Fleischl Tobacco who recognises you. I'm afraid you stick out a bit in the wheelchair.
There's no crime in buying cigarettes.
No. But you just tried to deny it. And it makes no sense not just buying them at the NAFI, where they'd be cheaper anyway.
Unless there's a reason you don't want to be seen doing it.
I buy them for a friend.
Who? Canavan?
I'll be serious. He wouldn't.
Who wouldn't what? Smoke cigarettes? He does, I've seen him. So what is it he wouldn't do?
Smoke drugs. Or grow them.
This has nothing to do with Canavan.
You're very sure about that?
Canavan's a straight bloke. Right? He's a pain in the arse at times because of it. But he is as straight as they come.
Are we meant to take your word for it, are we? You're his fan club. Forgive me while I go all misty-eyed.
You fucking lot wouldn't know a good bloke if you saw one. You sit at home on your base nicking the real soldiers that you haven't got the nuts to be.
Bet you made loads of friends with that attitude.
Oh, I don't need friends.
Got mates to spare of you?
I did have.
Staff Sergeant.
I didn't mean that. I withdraw it.
Do you know, after we got hit in Iraq, and I'm lying there in the flames screaming, my best mate, Stebo, he looks at me and he runs off. Right into a minefield. There's a thud. And then he was just red mist. So I'm definitely dead too, eh? Except for Canavan. Yeah, Canavan. Who I pretty much bleeding hated. He runs back into the fire, and he pulls me free.
So Canavan saved your life?
And Stebo, my best mate, ran. So there's no point asking me about what happened before Iraq. Because I clearly knew bugger all about anything.
How's it going?
He's clammed up, trying to distract us with war stories. There's no way he's going to give up his partner. You?
Wright's not growing anything in his quarters except mould in the shower.
Well, he had to have an accomplice. He couldn't have moved the hydroponic kit from the first floor of a locked building in a wheelchair, could he?
Okay.
Brought reinforcements, did you?
This is Staff Sergeant Roper.
You're not going to invite us in, Mrs. Stebbins?
No, my back's killing me, yeah. I've just put the baby down, so I'm going to have a nap.
You didn't want me in the house last time I was here either, did you?
Not much. Wasn't that fussed.
Fine. We'll stand out here. Fancy a cigarette?
Don't be soft, I don't. I'm pregnant.
You had shopping bags full of them last time.
Maybe you prefer a menthol. Wright bought them and passed them on to you, didn't he?
Tricia, sometimes our job stinks, but it's our job. So, why did you leave me outside last time?
What are you hiding, Mrs. Stebbins?
Seriously, Tricia? I don't know whether to call the drug squad or Charlie Dimmock.
Yeah, we'll hurry up and choose. My water's just broke. Andy Wright's a good man. He understands. He's done all this for me and for Stevie's kids.
Don't talk, just try and breathe, okay?
He was sick and I would have been treated by the MOT.
It's gonna be okay, Tricia, keep calm.
He took no money for himself. Like, what, I was just guilty for surviving. Oh, shit!
Keep calm, Tricia.
Oh, we're gonna have to do this, it's coming.
Joe, you drive.
Stop the car now, you've got to do this, it's coming!
I can't!
Yeah, you've done first aid!
It's not a gunshot wound.
Well, it feels like one! Do it!
Stop the car, we'll call an ambulance. That's good. That's good, Tricia. One more. One more now. One. There he is. He's a beauty. He's a beauty.
You did well. Both of you.
What, for delivering the baby or for banging up the only parent it's got?
What would you say if I told you I was going to ask Sergeant McDonough to be my stand-in base man?
I'd avoid the phrase stand-in.
I don't think you'll flatter her by telling her that she's second choice.
Where are you?
I was wondering whether to have a drink. Then I found the key you gave me in my pocket. And I thought maybe we could,
Yeah.
Hello?
This is very romantic, Roper. Christ, Saskia.
Excuse me.
Yes, sorry.
This is what they teach you in the army, is it, Joe? Run away. You want him, fine, fight for him.
Saskia, this is hard.
Nah, this is not hard. This is just embarrassing. Hard is coming back here and trying again.
I don't know the right answer to this.
Why are you attracted to a married man with kids? Like them just a bit unavailable, dear?
I've got to go.
Don't you think that you might be missing the bigger picture? That there might be more to life than trying to be a bloke with tits?
I'm not just a bloke with tits.
Then what are you, Joe?
I thought you and Roper were done.
You didn't think about me at all. I was just background. Kenny Burns thought more about me than you did, and he's a bloke. He was the one who had the decency to call me and tell me I've got a marriage worth saving.
Toshihiro from Japan for you?
Make a decision about the cold stream.
Oh. Well, they asked me to go and have lunch.
Lunch.
Morning, Sergeant Major. What's the word on Tricia Stebbings?
It's political. The army doesn't want to be seen to be clamping down on a war widow for growing stuff. Most teenagers back home smoke every weekend.
So no jail time?
Jail time? No, I don't think so.
That's great, thanks.
What about Wright?
Forget Wright, it's not him. Exner had a kinetic watch. I just spoke to the watchmakers in Japan. And after 72 hours without any movement, like being strapped to a corpse, it shuts down. Now, when the watch is moved again, it resets the time, but it doesn't reset the date. Now, Socko's logged the date on the watch at the scene of the crime. It was the 20th. Count 72 hours back, you get to the 17th. The Canavan lied about the phone call. He said he spoke to Exner on the 20th. But that's 3 days after the watch said he was dead.
Still here? We'll go and get him then.
Squad! Slope! Arms! Present! Arms! Slope! Arms!
Sergeant Canavan. I'm arresting you under Section 74 of the Army Act 1955 on suspicion of the murder of Private Vinnie Exner.
A phone call, yeah?
Yeah.
Too complicated. I was shitting myself after it happened, thrashing around, just trying to buy time, really, work out what to do.
You need to come with us now.
Look, this drill will be done any second. Now, there's not a neat end to the other thing, so I'd like to finish this and march off under my own steam, all right?
You used up our goodwill selling us the dummy.
That'll be fine.
Squad! On the word of command, fall out! Turn square to your right and get away! Fall out!
Very good, lads. Should we go? Day of the fight at the assault course. I went down the Naffy for a few drinks. I saw Exner on my way home, and so I followed him across the base. He shinned up the fire escape on this empty building, and I followed him in. Stupid. I should have shouted at him, none of this would have happened. But I thought I was on the track of his little secret, the drug farm, so I followed him into a room. I realised it was where they were growing the dope. Then the lights went out. I heard a noise behind me. I saw a flash of something metal in Exner's hand, and he jumped me. I caught a blade across my arm. I hit him on reflex, as trained. I didn't mean to kill him. I sort of liked him. Before he became a druggie. Anyway, patched myself up after and got me going to war, end of story.
Simple as that, is it?
No, it's not simple where I'm sitting. But the rest of it's your job, you tie it up neatly.
Come on then. Let's do it.
What?
You're on. Let's do it. Have haven't thought this through, have you?
Hang on, you just took me by surprise, that's all.
It's all right. I just wanted to know.
Why don't you go out the door, come in, say let's do it, and we'll take it from there.
It's not going to happen.
What are you up to?
What were you up to? Calling Saskia Roper and persuading her to come back? That was an underhand thing to do, and you're not an underhand bloke. You've got an evil mind, but you've got a good heart. No, you've already started betraying yourself, and for us to happen, you'd have to betray your wife and your daughter as well. So even if I was up for this, it wouldn't work because the you I got wouldn't be the you I like. I've got a pretty good record as a basket case in relationships, but one thing I've learned is that nothing works if you are not true to yourself.
It's come with bloody subtitles.
Yes. You want it in army speak? It's a loyalty issue.
We can't go on working in the same section.
Why not? You'll get over this. Get back to being a leader. It's what the section needs. It's what you need.
So who are you being loyal to then?
Me.
That simple, is it?
Yes.
Joe, in here.
Bruce, I'm not really...
Okay, hold on. I want you to be my best man. Because you're...
Just one of the boys.
No. Because you're my maid. Yeah? Great.
Good job, Kenny. You bust the drugs ring and got your man.
Maybe I'll join the Mounties.
Sergeant Canavan is a good soldier. If he killed Exner in self-defense, at worst, his only crime is manslaughter.
Still ends his career, doesn't it?
It's the job. We catch him, judges dispatch him. Don't overthink it.
It's my mad moment with the garrison quartermaster. How badly has he screwed up my chances of the commission?
Not fatal. Not as if you'd done something really stupid. You'll make hell of an officer, Kenny.
Good. Because I've been a pretty diabolical sergeant major recently.
Come on, I'll buy you a drink. Something to celebrate.
Maybe just a kiss. Can we do one more shot, please? Is that Mr. Barnes? Hippie?
Where's Fawny?
No talk.
I think he's doing something disgusting to the newlyweds' car.
Ronnie! Cool. Done by a professional. You alright here?
Yeah.
Mom. Come on.
Step forward a little bit.
Oh, no!
I really never felt quite the same since I lost what I had to gain. No one to blame. No one to blame.
And that was the series final of Red Cap. Make sure you join us for the intriguing Midsummer Murders premiering next Friday night. Stay with us now as the old cops turn to unusual methods in the final of New Tricks.